What is better, a small 300 LED red light therapy wall panel or a massive 1200 LED body panel? Or are we better off with something in between? I'm going to help you figure out what is the best for your situation. Now, however, I can tell you right now that bigger is better. If you're looking to maximize the full body benefits of red light therapy, if you're trying to treat all areas of the body, maybe you got sunburnt, maybe you spend a lot of time in the gym, maybe you just want to optimize every cell in the body, then a large panel that's going to cover head to toe, shoulder to shoulder width is going to be the better option. I've done a lot of testing looking at what happens to the light from these smaller panels as you move away from the panel. And what's surprising is the light stays pretty much concentrated in front of the LEDs. Now, if you look at this panel here, sure, it's up a little bit high, but it's only going to treat maybe a quarter of my body. If I want to treat the left shoulder and the right shoulder, my left knee, right knee and left knee, both front and back, side as well, I'm going to have to do a few minutes standing on this side, a few minutes on this side, drop the panel down, do the lower half of the body, turn around, rinse and repeat. Whereas with a large panel, I can stand there and in a couple of minutes, I've treated the whole body. So pretty much you don't really need to watch this entire video, just get the bigger panel. However, not everyone can do that. Typically there's two restrictions. One is space and two is price. So let's dive into this a little bit more. You see, these large panels are large. Not only are they physically big, but they're also very, very heavy. Something like this may weigh 70 or 80 pounds, if not more. Even getting them off the truck into your house, if you live upstairs or in an apartment, it's tricky. It's not fun. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Likewise, with the space that you have in your room or apartment or wherever you may be staying. If you don't have the space to put this on a wall, then you may be restricted to a smaller panel. Now, I do have a really good buyer's guide where I look at all these different red light therapy products and panels because you may find that a panel isn't actually the best product for your needs. There's lots of targeted devices, there's mats, there's wraps, there's even full beds. So it really does depend on your situation and your budget, but I just want to make this known that it's not a clear distinction between a wall panel or a body panel. Now, the other limiting factor is often price. You see, behind me, I have the Radiotherapy Refine 3600. This can be had for about $3,300 if you're ordering through the discount links down below. Meanwhile, the Radiotherapy Refine 900, the panel with 300 LEDs, remember the big one has 1200 LEDs, can be had for about $1,000 or $1,200, a third of the price of this, but it's a quarter of the size. Now, obviously, $1,000 is a lot more doable than $3,000. So if you're on a limited budget, then yeah, a panel of this size may be all you can do. Now, here's a fun fact. I've been in the red light therapy space for 6 years or so now. I've literally tested 70 odd red light therapy panels. I've put them all up in the shopping tool over at Light Therapy Insiders. Check it out if you haven't. When I started with one small red light therapy panel. It was even smaller than this. It only had 150 LEDs. I had really good results. Over the years, I had got more panels, and eventually I built out a full Biomax 900 multi-light array for Biomax panels. Took me a couple years to get there, but I had great results during that time. My point is, you don't have to dive straight in and get one of these from the get-go. Sure, if you're starting out and you have the space and the budget, then of course, that is going to be a better option. You're going to be able to treat the whole body in a much more efficient way compared to having to move around when using these smaller panels. Now, of course, what about this one in the middle? Well, this is a Block Blue Light Elite XL. It has 720 LEDs. So it fits sort of in between these panels, both literally and on paper. It also has a lower price point compared to the Radiotherapy panel over here. Not only is it cheaper, but it's much easier to move around. You can single-handedly, well, a guy should be able to move this. You can hang this from one hook. I wouldn't want to do that with the large one over there. It gives you a lot more use case options. However, the downside with this panel is it's not a true body panel. You see, as I'm standing behind it, the bottom LEDs are only coming to, say, my ankles, and the top LEDs stop around the base of my head. So I'm not getting true head-to-toe coverage. Likewise, I'm not getting full shoulder-to-shoulder coverage either. Yes, I'm hitting the torso, but I'm not hitting my arms or shoulders. Now, this may not be a problem. If you're just looking for 80% of the gain, so to speak, and if you're not worried about treating your arms or your feet, then a panel of this size may be perfect for you. I personally want to cover all parts of my body. I'm in the gym, I train, I exercise, I want to optimize my body. So yeah, I want to get full body coverage. But remember, you can still do that with these smaller panels. You may just do 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on another side, and then turn around, rinse and repeat. However, I do want to give you a breakdown between the larger panel and the smaller one to show you why you may want to stretch the budget. Now, before I share those numbers, I just want to do a quick shout out. If you're enjoying this video, have found value from this video, then I ask that you can give me something in exchange. And that is a simple press of a mouse button or a tap of the screen. Can you just hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button as well? I really do appreciate it. I know it's nothing minor on your side, but it means the world to me. So thank you. Okay, so if you head over to Light Therapy Insiders, it's a really good website. My team and I put a lot of content out there. When you get there, up the top, you'll see the shopping tool. When you go in there, you can see all of the data points on panels I've tested. Now, what I've done is I've pulled up two panels, the Radiotherapy Refine 3600, the big one, yeah, and the Radiotherapy Refine 900. Now, both of these panels are exceptional, by the way. The 900 placed third in my 2024 wall panel comparison series. And the big boy over here won the body panel series that I did not long ago. Okay, so with this data on screen, we can go to the value section. And what we want to do first is look at the dollars per LEDs. Now, you can see here that the Rodeo 900 costs $3.90 per LED. Meanwhile, the 3600 costs $2.80. That means you're getting better value. You're getting more bang for your buck, so to speak, if you can afford to stretch to the larger panel. Now, if you hit the little arrow, it will now pull up the value per watt. This shows you how many dollars you have to spend to get 1 watt of therapeutic red light. Lower is better for both of these metrics. The 900 has a figure of $7.60, which is really good, by the way. Anything under 10 is great value. But if you compare that to the 3600, that has a value of $5, meaning you're getting much more light for the same amount of dollar spent. I guess what I'm saying here is if you can stretch the budget, if you can afford it, it's the whole buy once, cry once argument. Spend the money now, get that big panel in your home, start using it, enjoy the time savings, enjoy the full body benefits you're going to get from a big panel like that, and then just deal with the cost as the weeks and months go by. If you break it down, it may only be a few dollars a week over a year or so when you're looking at the difference between the small one and the big one. However, if this is just not possible, of course, you could always look at buying on finance. A lot of these companies offer finance programs. But another way to do it is to get a small panel like the Radiotherapy Refine 900, and then later on get another one, and then a third, then a fourth, and build out a giant array like I did with my BioX panels. And this is something that a lot of companies support now. Check out the reviews I've done on these wall panels. If I say they're modular capable, or if you see that box ticked in the shopping tool over at Light Therapy Insiders, you know that you can get multiple panels, clip them together, and control them all from one screen. So that is another approach you could take. Buy one now, start enjoying the benefits of red light therapy. 6 months later, buy another one. Another 6 months later, buy a third, and then eventually you'll have a full body panel similar to what we have over here. It's not a perfect way because there is a bit more assembly required, and you're not getting a great blend of light. You're going to have a dead space in the middle and across the center. Still though, it is an option. But hey, to break it all down for you, if you want to really optimize the body and the benefits of red light therapy, get the biggest panel you can afford that you can fit in your house, because you want a panel that's going to treat the full body. Now, a good argument could be had that a smaller body panel like the Block Blue Light Elite is going to give you 80 or even 90% of the benefits at a much lower price point. And that is true as well. So if you are a little bit tight on cash and space, then maybe look at something like that instead. Now, look, if you have any questions on buying panels or wavelengths or how to use it or anything like that, I've got a really good Facebook group. Be sure to jump in there, do a search, or just post a question. You can leave a comment down below or head over to Light Therapy Insiders. That's a really good website. We've got a lot of information over there, including the 101 Starters Guide. Check that out. Otherwise, check this video out up here. It is really good. It's going to help you find everything you need to know about red light therapy and getting the best results you can. I'll see you over there.